Hello everyone, this is the Sports Spiral, and in today's video I'm going to preview the NFL Week 5 and the College Football Week 6. So for the season for college football with my picks, I'm 43-19, and NFL I'm 38-25-1. So let's see if I can improve on that this week. From now on, I will be giving underdog upsets where I might not pick the underdog to win, but a game where I think the underdog easily could win that game, and that it's a strong chance of that happening. So Florida versus Missouri here. Florida just coming off of a blowout game versus an FCS team. Missouri coming off of the really close game to Georgia. It's Missouri good. We don't really know. Georgia hasn't looked great the past few weeks, but yeah, it's going to be a dicey game for Florida. I think they have more talent than Missouri, but I think they get it done, but definitely upset territory there. And then Michigan should have a pretty easy game against Indiana. Indiana, not a very good team, so should be a pretty easy win for Michigan unless they slip up. And then a ranked matchup in the SEC. Tennessee going against LSU. LSU gets the ranking now at 25th. Uh, you can argue, I feel like I've seen this happen a lot. They rank a team just to make it a ranked matchup because LSU, are they have they improved since their loss to FSU in their first game? Yes, but I don't know if they've even defeated any ranked teams. So maybe they're not, that shouldn't be that high, but I think they just ranked them there to have this ranked matchup. Um, but LSU definitely could pull off the upset just with historical situations. LSU usually wins these types of games, but Tennessee appears to be the better team here. So I am going to pick Tennessee, but this is another upset alert. And then two newly ranked teams from the Big 12 that are both undefeated. We have TCU, number 17, who blew out Oklahoma last week. And then Kansas, who have just been chugging along, getting win after win. For the first time in a long time, Kansas is looking good, but I do think TCU will be able to win this one by a score or two. I just think I think, Kansas, have they played well? Yes. Have they defeated FBS teams by a score or two? Yes. Do they deserve to be ranked? I think so because they're undefeated, but they really have not ran into any ranked teams yet, so it will be a tougher road for Kansas. If they can win maybe 2, 3 of those games against ranked teams, something like that, that could be a huge step forward for that program. From not only coming out of the FBS basement, but coming up all the way into the top. And then Mississippi State going against Arkansas. Mississippi State, they had an easy win versus Texas A&M last week. Texas A&M not looking good, but I'll get to that later in the video. Yeah, I've got Mississippi State here against Arkansas, but for some reason I just feel like Arkansas is the type of team that would pull off an upset here. Just my gut feeling, so I'm going with an upset alert there as well. And then in the Red River rivalry game, this one seems a bit less important this year. Two unranked teams. I'm going to go with Texas here. I think from what we've seen out of them, it seems better than what we've seen out of Oklahoma. And then Georgia with a rough 2 weeks. They only beat Kent State by 17. They beat Missouri by 4. They're going against Auburn now, one of the weaker SEC teams, and they slid back to second. But I think Georgia stabilized it here. 2 weeks in a row. Yeah, they probably got a stern talking to by their coaches there, and now they're gonna have revenge or something like that. And I think they do pretty well versus Auburn. Just my take on it, though. And then Oklahoma State, who's risen all the way up to 7th, going against Texas Tech. They should be able to win that game. And then Pac-12 ranked matchup, Utah going against UCLA. UCLA beat Washington to get into the rankings. I do have Utah on here. They've done pretty good since their loss to Florida. So, yeah, I do have Utah there. It can be interesting to see what happens. Will the Pac-12 continue to eat itself apart, or will a team rise to the occasion? Right now, it's time. You have, Utah, UCLA, Washington, Oregon, USC, all of them. They're all ranked, but not one is clearly a lot better than another. And then Ohio State should have a pretty easy win going against Michigan State, who's not been doing well this year. Ole Miss, same thing for them. They're going against Vanderbilt. Yeah, have they improved? Yes, but they're still probably the worst team in the SEC. And then Washington, who slid back after that loss to UCLA, still ranked though. They're going against Arizona State. Shouldn't have too much of a problem there. Clemson has an easier game now after going against NC State and Wake Forest. They've got Boston College. Should be a pretty easy win for them. USC all the way up to 6th in the rankings. But Washington State, from what I've seen, it's a pretty good team, so that's not going to be an easy win for USC. Kentucky, a week after a loss, might be a bit of a letdown going against South Carolina. We'll see if they can manage that one. Wake Forest going against Army should be a win for the Demon Deacons there. And then BYU going against Notre Dame. Interesting matchup of independents here. BYU is ranked. Notre Dame is not. Notre Dame, it has not been a great year for them. They've stabilized a little bit from some of their upsets, but I do think Notre Dame pulled this one off. I think, they're a better caliber of a team, even if they're not doing well this year. And then Kansas State versus Iowa State. I have Kansas State here, but this is just another game that feels like it could be an upset alert to me. Alabama now ranked number 1 in the country. They're going against Texas, and should be a blowout game here. Texas A&M not having a good year, so I've got Alabama by 23 in that one. And then NC State, they're ranked. FSU is not. Should be a close game here. I've got an upset alert here as well. And then Oregon should be able to defeat Arizona by a score or 2. So that is my college football picks. I'm going to get into the NFL. So here to look at my picks for the NFL Week 5. I'm just going to let you look at them. So yeah, that's going to do it for this video. Please make sure to subscribe and like. And this is the Sports Spiral. Bye.